This one's really relying on us to be able to use the answer key to guide us because it is, there's really no wrong way to write this out if your teacher is asking you and it was a free response. But now that we see that there's certain ways that they want us, we need to make sure we do it the right way. Well, we see is that we have root threes and root threes here, and we also see 9 radicals. Well, my first instinct when I see this is to rewrite this as, remember that the square root of 9, for instance, is actually just 9 to the 1/2. And what we don't typically see when we see radicals is that there's actually a 2 here because we ask ourselves what times itself would give us 9. So the same number multiplied twice by itself would give us what's inside the house. That's equal to this. So based on this formula, we can see that, well, the 2, I'm sorry, so 9 to the 3/4 means that it would be 9 under the house, and then the 4 goes here, and then the 9 would get cubed. And then that gives us a really complicated set of problems to solve for. And if you're really good at doing that in your mind, that's great. And then you would be able to see like, oh, well, that simplifies to D. That's great. But if that's not working for you, I'm like, all right, maybe there's something else that these answer keys are giving us as a hint. And that is, well, I see that there's root threes here and they're working with 3. So I wonder if there is a way that I can work with this. And we always see that when they give us like these exponents that are funky, we can rewrite the base as a new as an altered exponent, right? We convert it to a smaller base that is like this. So remember, 9 equals 3 squared, which must mean that 9 to the 3/4 would equal 3 squared times 3/4. This is not too natural to think about, but this is a true statement. And then we can simplify that to be 3 to 6 over 4, which then we can simplify that by dividing both of these by 2. So that becomes 3 over 2, and that's 3 to 3 over 2. And then that can be rewritten as, we can factor that out here to be 3 and 2 over 2 and 3 and 1/2. Because what we do here when we do that is we're adding here. And so that at least gives us a base of one number being very simple to work with, because this now just becomes 3 to the 1, and then this becomes the square root of 3. What would give us a hint to do that is looking at our answer key again and realizing, well, 3 and 2/3, well, if I were to just write that out, that would be 3, and then here's the 2, and then here's the 3. Well, that gets me kind of right back to where we started almost. Not too simplified, but it's not where I want it to be. Whereas if I factor it out this way, it helps me get right where I started originally, but one of these numbers would be very easy to work with. Is this natural? No. When you say, well, Eric, how would I think of this on test day? The truth is you want to practice this exact problem numerous times because it's going to allow you to think of different paths you can take when you see a problem like this. Because as you saw, any one of them would have worked, but really it's how comfortable you are with going as far as you can on any of them.